Hello, everybody. My name is Alexander Yurchak. I'm CEO of Ukrainian Cluster Alliance. Today we have a great event. We position it like launch of initiative Cluster4Defence. Cluster4Defence is an initiative of our organization to mobilize and to consolidate the Ukrainian and Euro-Atlantic clusters with purposes of security and defense, of our common security and defense. So today we'll have a very interesting program, and maybe to start, I switch the floor to Antonio Novo, President of European Cluster Alliance, our big friends of Ukraine and of our organization. Antonio, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Alex, and congratulations for all the impulse of the movement that you are generating through the Ukrainian Cluster Alliance and this concrete initiative. I will share with you some news on what we are doing from the European Cluster Alliance. For those of you that perhaps doesn't know, the European Cluster Alliance joins the main national and regional cluster networks across Europe. So I would say grouping something like 1,000 industrial clusters across Europe, 150,000 industries, and many of them related to the topic that we will speak about today. It's very clear that for Europe now, defense is one of the most important topics. Of course, there is a plan to promote and to enforce the growth of our defense industry. But we are also aware that we need to support that effort from the outside the industrial, the defense industry side, through the perhaps what we call dual technologies. And what we are doing from the European Cluster Alliance is thinking about designing and promoting how best to do that, and how can we, from the cluster community, contribute to that effort. And we have been designing some documents and some ideas, even launching some dialogue, and I wanted to share with you some of those exchanges. Past week, we had meeting of the S3 expert group, Smart Specialization Strategy expert group in DG Regio. That is the general direction in the European Union that is in charge of the collaboration between regions, and they share with us the 5 most important new priorities from the new Commissioner Fito. And I can tell you that the first one was defense industry, and the second one was military mobility. Between 5. Third was water, energy, and housing. But those are at the regional level, at interregional level, that those were the most important priorities communicated by the Commission. We met also the past week the head of unit of the Commissioner on resilience, skills, resilience. It's the Commissioner Rosana Minzatu. We were with Mrs. Uyupan, and she expressed us this same topic as one of the high priorities. And we were speaking a lot about how can we support their efforts on upskilling, reskilling the European labor force. And it's clear that we need to organize that upskilling and skilling effort. We need to transfer knowledge from the defense side to the industrial one. And we need to let the industry know how to best develop the project ideas or the products ideas in order to be able to be certified by the defense or to contribute to the defense effort. And so we were speaking about the possibility of creating, I don't know, there could be many different initiatives, but we could speak about academy, okay, on dual technologies, okay, or if you want, skills alliance program for dual technologies. That is something that was received very well from the head of unit, head of cabinet, and we see proposals to better define it. So we have now an opportunity also to speak at the highest level on this side of our proposals. We were also discussing with DigiGrow. DigiGrow is the unit dedicated for internal market and industrial efforts. They are extremely interested also on this potential contribution from the cluster environment to the defense RIAR efforts, and we agreed also to continue speaking about it, probably integrating also with the DigiDefis on the European Commission. So we are in the road, and what we are going to discuss today on potential projects, potential initiatives can be excellent material for contributing to that, I will say, cluster proposal, cluster environment and proposal. So I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to think big and to think bold. Because we know that there is big players in this defense area, but the reality is that Europe needs new ideas and more ideas, meaning we know that the effort that we need to do during the coming years will not be fully covered by the current stakeholders. There is a need for new stakeholders contributing for it, and we can be really excellent contributors. So let's do it together.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Alex.
There are good news, really good news from European Commission. And for our audience, I just remind that European Cluster Alliance is the biggest and unique organization. This is a union of European National Cluster Association. How many? 18 today, Antonio? We have national association.
26 members now currently. Yeah.
Okay. And Ukrainian Cluster Alliance is also, we are member of European Cluster Alliance. We feel this support from the first day of the war in Ukraine. So thanks a lot for your support, Antonio. And now let's go in further. And I have big pleasure to give floor to Michael Datsenko, who representative of Center of Scaling Technological Solution from Ministry of Defense. I always confuse this name, proper name of organization, but I think, Michael, you can represent yourself.
Most certainly. Thank you very much for inviting me. As Alexander said, I represent Technology Scaling Center of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. We're a specialized technological unit that develops software as well as embedded solutions for the needs of the defense forces of Ukraine. And we are very glad that there is this opportunity to communicate with the European Union clusters and other countries' clusters as well, who are in the defense and dual-use technology sectors. We're very interested in making sure that Ukrainian businesses, Ukrainian education and R&D establishments cooperate with their partners in the friendly nation. Unfortunately, Ukraine's own defense technology industrial base does not have the resources to supply everything that the defense forces need, both in terms of current war that we have with our aggressive neighbor, Russian Federation, and also for the future when, uh, after the war, we hope to join NATO. So this cooperation is something that uh, we're looking forward to. Um, on the other hand, Ukrainian DTIB uh, does have the very, very serious experience in modern warfare, especially when it comes to clusters, because there are state programs, there are individual private business programs, there are cluster programs on working on various projects. We know about some very excellent examples when within a cluster, a UGV, uncrewed ground vehicle, has been manufactured and it's actually on the field right now. So cluster members contributed to that. Um, it's also very important that most of Ukrainian developers maintain regular communications with the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, with the armed forces general staff, and also with the individual military units. Uh, it's important because the modern state-to-state warfare technologies change very rapidly on the battlefield, whereas a couple of years ago, the change was occurring maybe every half a year. Currently, it's maybe 2 months, maybe even a month. So some of the solutions that are being developed become obsolete very, very quickly. And we're glad that the Ukrainian education, R&D, and business community that they're working together. They're working together with us. We cooperate constantly with them. There are units within the armed forces that also do their own research and development. I serve in one of such units, and we'd be glad to cooperate with the friendly countries, developers, and businesses and clusters, of course, uh, to get to the point where our DTIB together with yours can produce much faster, much more, and can be more adaptable to various challenges that we have. This also includes the challenge of uh, security of procurement, because as we all know, some of the countries in the East are not friendly to the Western civilizational values. They're rather uh, profit seeking for their own um interest, and they're supporting the aggressor, the Russian Federation. And finally, when it comes to the cooperation, this can be part of European and Euro-Atlantic integration of Ukraine. Uh, because at the armed forces of Ukraine, we are implementing reforms to be more interchangeable with the armed forces of NATO countries. And we also hope that cooperation between the clusters and their member companies, that they, together with the Ukrainian businesses and Ukrainian research and development associations, that this will bring us all together and it will help us defend you better. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Michael. So, Center of Scaling Technological Solutions supporting the Ukrainian Cluster Alliance since already maybe 1 year or more. And we really appreciate this help because, of course, to provide value to defense sector, to armed forces of Ukraine, our cluster needs this connection, needs orientation. And we really feel this good relationship and good support. So thank you, Mike. So let's go to our program. And by the way, I see that many people started to chat their, let's say, name and organization. So please feel free to to communicate which country are you from, which organization, contact data if you want. It's really, we can start this networking just right now. Uh, so going to our program, we have small changes here. So I will do right now the overview of program and project of our initiative, Cluster4Defence. And then we'll not have section funding opportunity. It was stated in the original program for some reasons, but mainly because our main speaker, Martin Josser, this is head of um, EDF office in Ukraine. He's not available today, unfortunately, so we'll go straight forward to thematic groups. We'll have 5 Zoom rooms moderated by our colleagues, and where Ukrainian cluster, but also as a cluster, you can pitch your project. In fact, beside of networking matchmaking, this is the main goal of our meeting today, to understand which project we can cooperate, we can target together. That's why we consider today like 5 sections. So first one is ecosystem project. Cluster work a lot to improve, to strengthen innovative ecosystem or industrial ecosystem. Second one, it will be about manufacturing. We will talk about production, supply chains, how to scale up. So I'll be moderator of this section. First one is will Michael Dasenko. And we'll have 2 section for technological project like photonics, one photonics, another one aerospace and drone. So moderator will be respectively Mike Richardson and Jan Rokitsky. And fifth section, so means Zoom room, yeah, will be a reskilling, upskilling program. Moderator is Volodymyr Nochvai. So please, I will communicate a bit later who is speaker in this section, but if we did not count somebody, and if we have, of course, still time, we can include your speech, especially our Western allies colleagues from European Union or other country. We can include your pitches, but just very short, 2 minutes. And we should, let's say, finish about 4:20 p.m. Then we will go to summary of these events and maybe discuss next step. So we expect to finish today about 4:40. This is our program today. So once again, do not hesitate to communicate your uh, information about you, about your organization, and let's start this network. So I start with this overview of situation and to explain you why we started this initiative. In fact, everybody, maybe you might know that defense sector is today, of course, in priority in Ukraine, is quickly growing. This is infographic showing that comparing to 2022, we grew in 6 times, yeah, in manufacturing of weapon and ammunition. And there are many other figures which show how quickly, how dynamically grow defense sector. I will not go to every details, but there is a public report recently. Ministry of Strategic Industry reported about main figure how defense industrial complex grow in Ukraine, and everybody understand why. Yes, because our enemy is really strong, is much stronger than we. So just to survive, to keep, let's say, our country, our independence, we should of course progress also very very fast. So we'll discuss today a lot about instrument of industrial policy, defense policy. So because cluster are instruments, of industrial innovation policy. So we have really great example of Bray One, which is like a platform. It's rather like accelerator, which really contributed a lot to create the defense tech ecosystem in Ukraine, which is really grow very fast. But the topic today will be about maybe missing point in this total ecosystem. I mean, recognized by state. It's about clusters. So that's why we launched this initiative, Cluster for Defense, to really to contribute challenges we have in defense tax. So this is like 8 main challenges indicated in this recent report of our Ministry of Strategic Industry. I mentioned it. Yeah, it was issued just a week ago. And you see that typically I mark it in blue the challenges we consider as well is in cluster community challenges that our clusters can contribute, and they do it already. Uh, we launched this initiative in summer 2024, so it means already 9 months ago. And initially, we go the same way. We define the challenges by each of 5 directions you see. What are the main challenges? Innovation development, integration value chain, ecosystem, automation, digitalization, reskilling, upskilling, internationalization. And the main approach we apply in the Ukraine Cluster Alliance. For each of challenges, we develop some project like our solution for this challenge. And so we started to increase number of projects in preparation, and our consolidation around different kind of projects. So we'll talk a lot about them. And so we communicated about this initiative to European Commission, to our partner. But frankly speaking, last let's say 6 months, it was no so big progress. Why? Just because, of course, all these projects, they need funding, they need special mechanism to be supported. And simple answer on this question, yeah, why now this advocacy campaign? Just because we need this mechanism of support of clusters, yeah, in defense sector. So just to describe you quickly the context, so we have a lot of it, and this number is growing. 500 tech startups is maybe not the last information, but the truth is it's very fragmented ecosystem, and we depend a lot of strengths of this innovative ecosystem, which really fragmented by sectors, by regions, by industry, and so on. Today, we see like 2 different approaches. The first one, we call it fast track. It's mainly about how to move product in early stage MVP to later stage and to contract, for example, with armed forces of Ukraine. And we have a lot of organization going in this approach, fast track. It's typically about incubation, acceleration, providing with grant, with inviting investor, because idea is the same. As fast as possible, move the product to armed forces of Ukraine. So it's, of course, it's obvious reasons, arguing, not need special arguing. But what is missing? We see that clusters which typically care about, a more sustainable ecosystem approach, like caring about education, about developing the regional sectorial ecosystem, or how not just to move product to latest stage of MVP, but how to organize serial production, how to ensure quality, how to provide a good supply chain management, and so on. Typically, these elements were maybe without a good strategic approach. So we really consider this is like a role and place of cluster to ensure and to care about this element. And of course, we see the big but really huge but not yet realized potential Euro-Atlantic cluster. This is another topic why we need this advocacy campaign, because at the level of European Union, we also don't see so many mechanisms supporting our collaboration in defense. So Cluster for Defense aims to activate cluster as platform of trust, engine of innovation production, and pillar of EU integration for Ukrainian clusters. This is our framework we often use in Ukraine to explain what a cluster is about, how we proceed, what industrial ecosystem, and typically we position cluster like orchestrator of industrial ecosystem. It means like a supply chain together with innovative ecosystem, but supported as well some policymaker. Yeah, this is three zone. We play on each of zone, and typically we consider some gaps in each of zone. For example, here typically we consider that unfortunately when we take innovative ecosystem for defense, many of these elements simply do not exist or are very weak in Ukraine. We do not have special instrument or mechanism like, consolidated and validated at national level, like roadmap of digital transformation or some funding program of collaboration. We have many gaps in supply and value chain. For example, I don't know, about 80% of materials and part, especially in electronics, comes from China, not from European Union. Yeah, and this is really a big gaps. Or when we are talking about processing, it's difficult to ensure serial production. What, by the way, Russia doing. Russia organizes really their transition of economy to military rails, right, like we say, and they produce in big scale, yeah, big quantity of different weapon and yeah, ammunition. When in Ukraine we have hundreds, thousands of small, medium enterprise, but it's always problem to talk about, big serial production. So we will talk about this today in our section. And we have many other, let's say, gaps, for example, in policy, because we just started with Ministry of Economy to develop a cluster policy program. Until now, cluster in Ukraine are not supported, financially by state or by regional administration. We are lagging in this area behind of European country. Yeah, so this is question. So how does it work? If it works, clusters this approach. Of course, it works. We have already many examples. What I mentioned it, for example, in policy making, we started to develop a national and regional cluster policy with our Ministry of Economy. APAU, which is a leading cluster in industrial automation, provide today many sectorial strategy like proposal button up to our ministry in industry 4.0. 5.0. In innovation, we also have many examples like leading role of UCA contributing to network of European Digital Innovation Hub development, or providing new product from Vinnytsia cluster, from Ukrainian industrial clusters. The good example is Iron cluster, is the biggest military cluster from Lviv, but today it has more and more national scales, and he really help their member to increase order from Ministry of Defense and Armed Forces of Ukraine. There are many good examples with new services which our cluster provide. And of course, we are really strong in internationalization, and this is also like merit as well of many of our partner from European Union, which helped us to organize many business mission. So we have today about more than 10 project with in European Union program like Horizon, Digital, Interreg, and so on. But the truth is there is no project in defense sector. This is also like mark to the situation today. So talking about Cluster4Defence, it's not first program, complex program we tried to launch. About 2 years ago, we united all medical cluster into resource center, the same name, medical cluster, and we launched a program rehabilitation. So, but we saw immediately the problem, because such scale of big program are not supported by donors or state, and this is the issue of fragmentation we will talk about. So how today our cluster are positioning in Cluster4Defence? You see this map, like vertical X, more dual use, more mil-tech, and left more services, and right more development and manufacturing. So today we have here about 10 clusters joining to this initiative, from Ukrainian cluster lines. And the size of this rectangle is size of cluster. So the biggest is Kharkiv IT, And they really very strong in reskilling, upskilling program, United IT Community. And today we'll have this presentation from Kharkiv IT cluster in two sections of ecosystem and reskilling, upskilling. The biggest military cluster is Iron Cluster. Yeah, they will be today partly represented by Alexa Wozniak in quantum section, and so on. We have a big group of cluster, maybe smaller one, which which really like between dual use and mil tech. So typically it's industrial engineering, space cluster, device making cluster, maritime clusters, and a new cluster which just joined to us is demining cluster. It's another big cluster for Ukrainian yes, scale. It's about 70 members, and finally you have like for orientation this list. Yeah, which cluster work for drone, robotics, uh, uh, TACMed, sorry, it's yeah, TACMed, not MedTech, naval, space tech, cybersecurity, and so on. So once again, what is our difference from other kind of business support organization we have in Ukraine today? About 10 business support organization which unite small, medium size, and big enterprise with the same purpose: how to help to our army forces, how to help defense sector and make it stronger. So mainly we try to provide some cooperation, format, but not competition. We really think how about integrated industrial ecosystem. We try to use as much as possible existing European program and mechanism, like general, but especially my personal opinion that ECCP program is very good, but maybe it's underused by our cluster. So we try to move our cluster toward more using ECCP mechanism. But of course, maybe what we miss today, what we lack, it's more a special mechanism oriented to collaboration Ukraine Europe. So we'll talk about that today. So if I summarize, of course, we consider in this advocacy campaign like three urgencies, three missions. How to it's for our victory, how to mobilize SME-driven innovation supply chain. For the next period of recovery, how to build a self-sustaining regional ecosystem. And of course, cluster care a lot about integration into EU, what I already said. So cluster can be the bridge between these two approach, like fast track and long-term ecosystem development. We already have a lot of several communication tools will communicate you, like special brochure, special landing page, and so on. It's already planned. We have a special launch document for this campaign. So it's we just start like official start this month, this event. But then we have a lot of different meetings. We plan like special kind of workshop, some intercluster pilot with EU partner. Um, of course, we plan some public presentation, big event fall. Especially, we consider Rebuild Ukraine in Warsaw. It will be in November. And finally, we want to really to launch our dual use resource center, like consolidation of Ukrainian cluster, but also to launch this program, EU-Ukraine Cluster Defense Partnership. Just very short overview of our project. So this is project already prepared by our cluster. As I said, they grouped by different category in collaboration exchange, in innovative ecosystem, manufacturing supply chain, and then product group. So in fourth section today, we will consider some of this project, of course, not everything. And this is the main topic, one of the main topic today, to know which project and why our cluster and the member consider this project. maybe I stop here just to understand maybe your point. We have a small vote. Lesser, if you can launch this vote, just to understand which kind of cooperation form you estimate like the most effective. So please vote. So you have multiple choice, but please choose maybe three main options. What options you estimate, you assess like most effective for collaboration, cluster to clusters, business to business, with Ukrainian cluster in dual use and Miltech. You have about 10 options. Yeah, 25 answer. Yeah, please. We today almost 80%. Is a good result for us because, as I said, we had just 50 registration, maybe a little more, and Ukrainian cluster were invited by direct link. Antonio, I would appreciate if you can comment this option, because I don't know if this is typical option or not typical. If you are with us, Antonio, let's comment this.
Yes, I hear.
This together.
I really think, okay, I fully like them, okay, but for me it's very clear that we need to ally ourselves with our governments. It could be regional in the case of, I don't know, in Spain or in those countries where regions are strong, you know, or it could be national, but we cannot play this game alone, you know. So we need to, of course, we need to ally with the defense industry, but also with our governments. I would say that will be a high priority item to develop.
Yeah,
For the
let's
rest,
let's look, because I don't know if you see the result. Maybe we can
no?
finish. We have not yet. Okay, so let me finish. So we have 48 answers. Thank you very much. Oh, 50. Maybe somebody else want to vote. Okay, 50. It's enough, I think, to just to understand your point. So I share result. So what we see is like first place is forming EU-Ukraine Consortia for Horizon Europe and EDF. Yeah, it was really good news 2 weeks ago on EDF Open Days that some of calls, not all, but some of calls are finally eligible for Ukraine. So especially Cascade call, yeah. And like second place, we have a matchmaking event. Yeah, 40%. And also applying together to interregional cooperation funds, Interreg. So I think it's the same, establishing the working group. So I think it's enough classic. What do you think? Nothing special?
You mean me? Sorry, Alex. You mean me? Okay, I can comment. It's of course from my side. We need to be very, very practical. You know, I'm forming consortia for Eurasian Europe programs. It's good, you know, but not enough, and this is very slow. You know, because we, of course, where we are more confident because we know how to do it. You know, and we are used to present this kind of proposal, but it will take, I don't know, what, 1 year to present the proposal, another half year to receive the approval, and develop the project later. It's very, very slow. And we are speaking about something that it's urgent, you know? So I will say, yeah, of course we need to go in that direction, but we need to be quicker. We need to engage our members, cluster members, and we need to offer them opportunities for developing their capabilities and their business and so on. So I will go more for something that have quick results, I would say, and promote and promote real developments as quick as possible. That will be my preference. But
Okay.
anyway,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. So yeah, we have very up to me. It's enough traditional and classical. Yeah, let's go together for European program, European fund. And does it work? Of course, it works. It works, and this is really I recognize it from Ukrainian side. We can do more efforts to engage your clusters because we have good rate of invitation to previous year, and this is like result of our partnership with especially neighbors country like yeah, Poland, Czech Republic, Romania, France, and some other country. I give you just a few ideas based on our experience, what we can, let's say, scale up or improve. For example, first option is just you vote it, yeah, like better integration into existing European program. For example, APAU, we were invited by CIMES, it's French clusters, to the consortium Idealist. Idealists care about three, how to accelerate twin transition of SME in three target sector like automotive, electronics, and aerospace and defense. And this is really a very good project with many partners which develop this approach, new mechanism, new instrument, how to, let's say, how to speed up to increase this twin transition in SME and cluster, member of cluster in different country. But what is interesting, why I show it like example, just because there are some clusters which are related to defense, like Czech aerospace cluster or Silesian clusters. And together with SIM and APAU, we consider today, and of course there is AIT manufacturing, we consider how to a bit change, let's say, program as per space defense, provide them more Ukrainian insight, more Ukrainian feedback. And it will be done just in June in special meeting in Silesia, and our manager of aerospace cluster, Jan Rokitsky, will present, let's say, we will give our feedback and our proposal in this consortium. So it's just example how we can, from our side, contribute to developing of a European agenda in aerospace and defense. This is really important from both sides. Another example, really how we can be integrated into government defense program. The benchmark is, of course, Czech Republic. Why? Why, of course, because no country provided us really such holistic, such systematic program of business mission. Like Czech Republic, it was supported by Czech government. This is also for you a good idea, a good example, because today almost every European country, especially Eastern European country and Scandinavian country, they have special fund for Ukraine. So idea is very simple. Let's look if it can be supported also for cluster mechanism, for cluster exchange, because with Czech Republic we organized already 7 or 8 business mission. The next one will be next month. It will be destined to space technology, and of course we have very good relationships with many Czech organization. And today the task is to go to the deal, to concrete project. And that's why we opened our office in Brno to really to follow all this business mission, to deepen our relationships. Also, I mentioned it about by a multilateral program. It can be also supported at the level of country, because many countries today ready to support Ukraine, and so our idea is still tested with 3 countries: Czech Republic, Poland, Romania. It's about organization bilateral committee where you can monitor different segments, including dual test, dual use, and meal tech, and really to speed up this project development at the level of the country. Another idea is, of course, to make multilateral this platform from Baltic to Black Sea defense shield. It's a very popular idea in Eastern Europe, especially Poland, and supported, of course, by Ukraine and Scandinavian country. And of course, we need platform, maybe Spark from Association Security Defense. Sorry, this mistake. Yeah, can be good instrument for us to ensure this secured exchange. I'm not sure, but this is for discussion. And so on. So of course, the big challenge is to build strong business case. What is not obvious for defense sector because it's very sensitive topic, and sometimes even we are not sure if we can provide you right information about, let's say, technical demand, technical characteristic from defense sector or not. So it's controlled by special services of Ukraine and in your country. So it's not so easy to build this business case in Miltech, but I think we are, let's say, more free in dual use, and it can be really focused more easily in dual use sector. Uh, yeah, and by the way, we also started to discuss in another project, Danubia, with 4 Eastern European countries, Central European country, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Hungary, and Romania, how to develop AI for cluster needs. So it's a very good project. So this is give you some idea what we do already with in cluster. And of course, we can do much more, because as I said, we have potential. So maybe I finish because time is limited. There is much more information in our special communication tools about benefits for all category of stakeholders. Call to actions, and finally about special study. We also developed some how to say engagement program, how to be engaged in the right status, because of course we have already experience of donation, especially American Association of Control System Integrator Association invested to our development 22-24 about 50,000 euro. It was really great support for us to develop cluster movement in Ukraine. And it was just, a small company who invested, so we can repeat this mechanism. Also, with American guys, we introduced a special status of honorary member. You can become a honorary member of one of our cluster of UCA. Yeah, the price is fixed. It's 700 euro. And but it's not also of course there is special for donors options, and not for money. We accept any kind of technical assistance, and many of you already help us with that. We have special program Ambassador for Ukraine, where many people from Europe, US help us with different kind of promotion of Ukrainian or our common democratic value, and how to survive, how to demonstrate our solidarity. So I finish. We have, as I said, we planned a lot of event. Maybe the just pay your attention to the first one, which will be in 2 weeks. You can participate online, and we will have special section for dual use technology on this. This is, by the way, idea I mentioned it about Baltic Black Sea defense shield. And we invite also speaker. We have still free windows here, and it's really big like forum, a bit for politician, for official economic forum. But as I said, we take Ukrainian Cluster Alliance keep here our place for dual use technology section. We will discuss common issue with Eastern European and other country about defense. So please follow these events. You can meet our guys on it, and well, that's all. That's all from my part. Now the time to go by room. Lesya, I think we can declare.
1 minute, please. I will create the room.
Okay. When Lesya create rooms, I just remind you what is the composition of this room, and you can correct me if something is not correct. So we have in ecosystem project we have like 4 cluster which will speak, and you see the topic. I do it a bit bigger size, so you see the name of project that our cluster will communicate. Yeah, in a project production supply chain, we'll talk about, well, different topic more closer to manufacturing. And here I have just one pitch from Jarl Overbeck. Yeah, so it's included here. In technology section for photonics, we'll have several presentation of quantum. If there are some other, just say to Mike Richardson. So you can communicate every of moderators that your wish or your willing. Yeah, it's already launched. And reskilling, upskilling is the last section. So you see also who will present and what is project idea. So please choose your room. And you can go directly to the room you prefer.
Alexander, I'm a little thick. How do I do this?
Yeah,
or does it just happen?
You find the room in the menu.
There's something called join breakout room, and you click that, and you'll get to it.
Join breakout room. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you in the menu button, you should find some room. Yeah, breakout room. It's called breakout room, and you just choose your room where you want to go.
Ja rozumію. Tak.
Let's say, but I don't. I see all party. Yeah. You can join. Just go to the in the list. Go to the down. You will see the room you can join. Okay, so if somebody is lost, because yeah, I will switch to manufacturing room.
Yeah, I have a quick question. Which one was the room most relevant for drones?
Yeah, it's the same names. You have rooms like aerospace, not defense, drones. Less okay, defense. It's aerospace.
Yeah.
It's
Aerospace defense. Okay.
defense, but
Okay,
in fact,
perfect. Thank you.
several presentation for drones.
Okay.
Okay. Irina Yashuk, please orient people if there are more questions. So please help people to choose the right room. Okay.
Alexander, some of the people here attending, they might. Is it okay for someone to go from one room to another? Would that be acceptable?
Yes, it's acceptable. If you can go, if somebody won't change room, you are free, of course.
So we got some of our participants are kind of like in both rooms. Like I'll give one example. Michael Diebold is here with a medtech system, so it's very advisable for him to speak to Tatiana, but it's also advisable for him to speak to Mr. Datsenko as well. So I believe there might be situations like this. Is that okay for our attendants to jump like this if needed?
Yeah, you can jump, but just let's say respect the timing. If you so it depends what are your purpose. Because
Добре, okay.
Okay. So
Thank
Mike,
you,
let's
Alexander. Thank
go
you.
to your room. Your room is
Yeah, that's where I'm
photonics.
thick.
Photonics. Okay. I switch into my room production supply chain.
Sorry, how do I join the rooms again?
You can session room, breakout room in menu.
Which menu? I don't see it.
You can say me your room. I will do.
Yeah, so I was interested in there are supposed to be some space project presentations. That's what I came for. And I'm not sure.
Space, aerospace.
Yeah, there's supposed to be some space projects. Yeah.
Okay, 1 second, please. If you need help, I can help you go to the room.
Sorry, Irina, can you tell me how to join the rooms? Because I don't really find it.
to have unique, and we are from Arctic, so geographical position, unfortunately, but fortunately for our defense, because many producers, they still here, because like to test before invest, it's only 1/2 an hour, and you can create innovation in 2 weeks.
Looks like the ecosystem room was the first to finish.
Yes, because we was
I've
very specific
had good
and
training as a
fast.
moderator from,
Yes, yes, Mikhailo, thanks.
from my previous boss.
Because you're a military guy, you know what is the timings. Yeah.
While we're waiting for everybody else, I've been in the military only since the beginning of 22 when I was on yet another business trip to Kiev from Washington, D.C., and Kiev got bombed. So I had to do my citizen duty and enroll into the armed forces of Ukraine.
Yeah.
But then also
Yeah.
because
Many people the same.
yeah,
Yes.
also because there wouldn't have been a job for me at the U.S.-Ukraine Business Council had there not been an independent Ukraine. Crimea has been an example of that since 2014. No investments are going there. And the occupied territories of Ukraine that were occupied back in 2014 as well. Unfortunately, no business development.
Just a remark, will all the presentations will be shared, because somehow it's a pity only to attend, of course, one breakout session, but it would be great to have at least the possibility to have a view on the other presentations.
I have not heard of any restrictions on that from the organizers from UCA, but let's wait until somebody from UCA gets back online and can tell us. I know they did good filtering of people who were coming into this event. So
I think, Michael, yes, exactly. We need to ask Alex about it. I think it will not be shared for public, but for request that it can be presented. Because personal data and personal activities. We will see. We will see. But exactly, if you need more information, it could be provided. As we was specific in time, we have quite a few minutes.
I think if people want to join if people want to join other breakout rooms, I think that's totally okay.
Yeah. And who don't want to have some minutes to do coffee or water to drink some. Yeah, but I see many rooms. Yeah. Aerospace and defense has a 24 people, and I think nobody want to leave it. Okay. See you for a few minutes later.
You can attend other rooms if you are interested. Now we have 3 active rooms. The Tech Project Aerospace, Tech Project Photonics, and the Project for Production and Supply Chain.
Okay, so we are here together. So I don't know, in other rooms there are still, yeah, maybe we can discuss together some topics, and somebody who wants to introduce himself, herself, please do it. Volodymyr, I think you can just say a few words about our ED Kyiv High Tech. Yeah, to everybody. I will check other room because I see that some other rooms still have some people. Or
Okay,
maybe I
just a few words.
might
Kyiv High Tech European Digital Hub. It's based on services two Kyiv digital hubs. It's Digital Hub of Kyiv Polytechnical Institute and Digital Hub North DIH that I represent that connected with Academy of Science. We together work on a prototyping zone that united the different laboratories and equipment to one network. It's just start of this project. We don't have yet this like a service, but we go in this direction. So here our coordinator is Cluster Alliance, and it's give us good connection with business. So we just have some demand from clusters. We work with clusters and as well provide digital services and digitalization, but also by step, which recently we met with thermal energy clusters and just hear the problem and going to the solving. It's shortly maybe Alexander, or I have time more.
Yeah, sorry. No. You depends on I don't know, the question or your intention. But the last meeting room, which has yeah, about 30 people, they will finish in 2-3 minutes, and I think other room are coming back already here. So yeah. So maybe some other people want to some comment something or have some proposal. Please do not hesitate. We did not mention because I just mentioned.
Renaud would like to say.
Ronaldo, yeah, please.
Sorry, I am again, and I already spoke about myself already about our YouTube channel on our past projects, but I have before the first Ukrainian war, as I say, I had an experience with the DARPA project with the US Defense Department, and then I spent 10 years with the Vietnam veteran working. So like, if you are interested in small projects, small help, I am also a professor in Kaunas University of Technology in Lithuania, and we have a small company here where we are trying to build custom manufacturing, all 3D printing, SLS, resin, FDM, and now considering custom electric drives, including hydrogen for long-term flights. And you can watch our motors, custom motors, in the YouTube if there is any interest. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's interesting because we have some relationship with Lithuania's Kaunas is Lithuania, right? Or Latvia? Lithuania.
Kaunas is in Lithuania, yes.
Lithuania, yeah. So we had some good relationship with cluster in agri-food, but not yet in with dual use and more industrial high-tech sector. So yeah, it can be it's very interesting because today, as I mentioned it, we try to strengthen and to maybe to convert into some sustainable platform in dual use meal tech with Czech Republic, with Poland, and we started with Norway, and our, let's say, weak point is really Baltic country. Even we know that your country help a lot, and we have a lot of exchange, especially in acceleration. For example, about 3 years ago, we had here in Kiev Dark Star accelerator from Tallinn, from Estonia, you know, and many other companies are very active. But it's like, you know, this what I called fast track approach. It's about how to quickly develop some new product and move it to commercialization. But yeah, we welcome any kind of this exchange with university, because in our network, in our ecosystem, there are tens of technical university from Ukraine, and we work with biggest one like Kyiv Polytechnic and many other polytechnical universities. So we can think about this, you know, this collaboration in dual use new tech project. Okay, so I see that not everybody came back from defense. We have still.
They're just finishing up the power one. I think they're just finishing up.
They should finish. Maybe somebody wants to, yeah, to present. We did not say about our let's say office in Brno. So Tomasz Kubala, maybe you want to present your cluster and our collaboration in Brno, in Czech Republic, if you want, or Andrei Boroduk. It's really good case. We start to build this bridge with between Czech Republic and Ukraine, and this is like we consider like mechanism, especially. Yeah, I see also Irji Herinek. So we have like partner ecosystem with Czech Republic, where several category of partner are involved, like National Cluster Association, like separate cluster, like Czech Invest, Ministry, and so on. So we try to build like, you know, partnership ecosystem. It's really power tools to go faster to consortia, to projects, and
I don't see Tomasz here. I think maybe he is in room yeah, because okay, it doesn't matter. I can tell some words about our office. It was established on the October last year. Idea appeared more than 1 year ago when we did our I don't know, fifth business mission to Czech Republic, and it was it appears the idea that to better collaboration with countries, with the European partners, we need to be established here in Europe, not in Ukraine, because no, Ukraine it's close country, no flies, difficult cross border, and so on, so on, so on, and we makes a decision to open office here in Czech Republic. Czech Republic is because it's looks like our best friend for our community, yes, because many business mission, very good support from different level clusters, association, government, companies, and it's look like good idea. It was correct solution, because now we see that to be here in Europe, in Central Europe, in Czech Republic, it's very good way to develop this collaboration between our country day by day, not once to meeting once per month maybe, or 2 weeks, but day by day we dig deeper and deeper on this collaboration on different level, and I'm sure that we will launch many interesting projects on different levels here in Czech Republic and further in many European countries. Yes, but special thanks for exactly for cluster of Industry 4.0, for Czechino, for Hub of CyberSec, who are provide us this place, this office where we can operate, to connect with people, do this matching for us day by day. It's thanks a lot, and we are here and open for collaboration. That's my words.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrei. So briefly, the idea is when we build this partnership connection or ecosystem, as we call it, yeah, it's much easier to go to government and to come in some government program which support Ukraine, because we are already not just somebody acting from Ukraine, but we have already a local partner, and when we are together, there are much more chance to find some funding for some, I don't know, cluster exchange or some project or some for what we need, what we plan like projects. So this is idea, and what we consider to scale up, to repeat such approach in other country. Yeah, we should finish, because there were already some tentative in Poland, in Romania, but we consider Norway today, and other country. We are open, quite open for this kind of strategy. So please, I see that everybody came back, so maybe you can share your well, some conclusion of this exchange.
Wait, Alex, could we just give a 30 seconds to Eugene? He was trying to get in to mention something about his barrel treatment. I think that's something everyone would want to know.
Please,
just give him
please,
a few seconds.
Yes, thank you, Mike and Alex. Eugene Yumstik here from Paradigm Shift Technologies. I hope everybody can hear me.
Yeah.
So we have developed a very unique technology for applying a metal coating inside of a gun barrel. And this has been proven by militaries across the globe to extend barrel life between 2 to 10 times. This is applicable to all calibers from 155 all the way down to 5.56. And it is the only environmentally friendly solution to gun barrel coatings on the market, completely eliminating the need of hexavalent chrome, this toxic coating that is being applied to some barrels. So we have the only solution, and we have also been verified by ECHA and REACH, which is the European Chemical Hazard Association, which is the equivalent of the United States EPA, the watchdog. And they have verified our technology as the only viable alternative to gun barrel coatings. So we'd be happy to discuss further collaboration. I know there's a lot of work happening in Ukraine right now on the Bogdana and on many other weapon systems. And this would be an ideal solution because the current lead time from global manufacturers for a howitzer barrel is between 10 to 24 months for one single barrel. So if we can extend that barrel life, as long as we get a brand new barrel, we're happy to do a technology transfer, train your people, and you guys can apply the coatings yourselves.
Okay. Thank you.
Happy to answer any questions, and I left my information in the chat if anybody wants to contact me.
Yeah, please leave your information in chat, and we have here several clusters who can be interested by that. So I don't see here. Denis Svetokum, you are still with us? Okay, otherwise, Dmitro Buso, we can consider this.
Vasil Risak down in Uzhgorod is someone we need to connect him with, and then Mr. Datsenko as well. So his technology, it's proven I mean, it significantly increases accuracy. I saw the demos they showed on video of that coating applied to a 25mm cannon on a Bushmaster cannon, and it's magic. Basically, what it means is that instead of having to put 10 rounds to eliminate your target because your circular error probability maintains and is better, that you're actually more efficient. You can use 3 rounds to neutralize a target, or even less. That's enough, but I highly recommend, Alexander, if we can get him connected with Mr. Datsenko, because it's really a revolutionary technology.
Good.
Thank you, Michael.
So just debriefing, very quick sum up what your impression, your conclusions. So Michael, let's start with you in your section, and then Jan Rokitsky and as a moderator, please.
Okay, we didn't have a lot of people in our section, but hey, we're quantum weirdos. Proud to say that. So what we're doing moving forward is that Alexa Vonsack will have a meeting with Robert Harrison, and we will start the work for forming a consortium to apply for the EDF call for quantum. So I think we're going to use Robert in the leadership position. He's going to work with Alexa. Then what we will do in the background is we will align the quantum communities in Ukraine from Kharkiv and Kyiv, sorry, and put that together. We also had a presentation from Q Control, but we encouraged Neil to go to the other section with Gene. So basically, that's just what we did. We shared information, and we've got the seeds of a working group to make that application for that funding call for quantum and EDA. That's it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe not everybody here knows you, so I just want to say that yeah, we really Mike Richardson is our, let's say, benchmark of our network of ambassador professionals of Ukraine. He visited Ukraine, I don't know, so many times, 6 or 7
15.
times.
It's 15.
Thanks
15
to
now.
Mike, we started build a photonic community, because before Mike, nobody, let's say, believed that we have some like expertise or resources, because we had just scientists but no production in microelectronics or laser techniques, optics. And thanks to Mike, we started to review our, let's say, assets in Ukraine, what we have like ecosystem, what we have like actors, what we have like expertise, and it's really very amazing experience. And today we have 2 strong community, one of Lviv, another one in Kiev, and Mike continues these efforts to consolidate Ukrainian. You can imagine, because Mike worked 15. How long did you work in Germany?
10 years.
10 years. 10 years. Now Mike is in Ireland. But let's say this is a really great example for us how you, like, let's say, foreign people, let's say, about our friends of Ukraine, can help us to build tech community. It's really great. Thank you very much, Mike.
Dziękuję.
Yeah. By the way, Mike today is in Lviv. Yeah. So in Lviv, and he continues his exchange with photonics and quantum community in Lviv. Jan Rokitsky is a bit opposite example, because Ivan Rokitsky, he's Ukrainian, is manager of our space cluster, but today and last 3 years, he's in Rzeszów in Poland, building this connection with Polish high-tech community. So Ivan, please, your resume of your section.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alex. We've got the abundance of ideas and participants in our breakout session. I think we've got a few dozen participants, and well, we've basically been discussing two main topics, one being space tech and the other one being the drone unmanned aerial applications. And we've got like equal attention devoted to those two topics. On the space tech, it seems that the multi-orbital multi-purpose constellation has gained a lot of interest, because it's a nice pivot for integrating the technologies that had been developed in various countries of the region, like Romania, like the UK, like Spain. So we've got a nice exchange of views and a nice heads up as to how can we go ahead immediately with starting the consortium and starting working on that huge project. On the drones, we had the luxury of discussing both the vertical takeoff and FPV drones, and also the possibilities to source advanced elements for those systems. So I think there had been a lot of exchange between the participants of the breakout session, and there shall be a lot of direct contacts and some cooperation projects stemming out of our session. So I'm only willing to suggest to continue that sort of matchmaking and discussions, and do it as fast as soon as we can. We also had the luxury of having the the input from the end users. Michael Datsenko had shared his thoughts. So it's also very important that the developers and the producers do have that sort of interaction with the end users. Thank you so much, guys, for being present there, and look forward to keeping in touch with you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Volodymyr Nochvay, what are your conclusions from your section?
Its main focus was on medicine. Tatiana Vorontsova presented the training approach that, from medical clusters. Then we have had an interesting presentation about from Kharkiv IT cluster about training for defense, but based on IT technology. So it could be integrating approach as well based on IT technology. We discuss that it's good to some universal approach that could have synergy for different technology fields in defense. And also we had additional very interesting pitch from Mikhail. He presented devices that could be used, medicine also device that could be used by soldiers. So it's main at present. Glad to see all of you here. Thank you.
Thank you. Mike Datsenko, yeah, because I thought that I lost you, but you are still with us, so thank you. So what are, if there was some interest to our project in ecosystem?
Yeah, we discussed the ecosystem projects. Some of them were focused more on the general, either bilateral country-to-country cooperation, or some of them were more within cluster kind of cooperation, I would say, more on startups, getting the companies that are not maybe manufacturing right now. Interesting ideas. I think it would be helpful for our international partners to look at those projects, in particular, in order to learn from our mistakes. One of the issues that we have in Ukraine is, and I'm certain that's not a peculiar issue to Ukraine, but there's effort duplication, meaning that there are companies that are thinking about the same idea, trying to find the solution to basically the same problem. So I think some of the projects would help resolve this in basically providing information that this and this is an issue that needs a solution, and that is not an issue anymore, because the technology will not work on the battlefield. So I think some of the cooperation can be on basically saying we need this, we don't need that.
Yeah.
But I hope that that the projects will go forth. I think what we lacked, I would have loved to see more people from the Ukrainian government. As well as maybe from the EU government institutions. Very glad to have had Mr. Novo in there with us. And again, I hope this is going to be going forward. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we invited government people to this meeting, three ministry, yeah, but well, you are with us like representative Army Forces of Ukraine. This is, I think, the most important. Our partner from state regarding us, this is somehow challenge we pursue in this campaign. Why it's called advocacy? Just because unfortunately clusters are not so much recognized by our ministry like instrument in building or strengthening innovative ecosystem or value chain. This is work to be done. Yeah, and what is inspiring for us, this is example of European Union, because it's quite different situation we find in many other countries. So let's work on that. Coming back to the last conclusion of last section, we had a good discussion considering several project manufacturing boats and discussing about flexible manufacturing and pilot project of industry 4.0, 5.0 in defense sector. And I especially appreciated the pitching of Jarl Overbeck from a Danish consulting company proposing some, solution how to scale up to quickly build to produce drone in Ukraine in modular approach by a special container which can be really very quickly set up in any point of Ukraine and starting producing drones. So it's really very interesting solution. So we concluded that we should find some good enterprise, a local OEM maybe or manufacturer for this type of solution. And also there was interest from Ukroboronprom, which is represented today by Dmytro Busov and the maritime cluster of Ukraine. So thank you all. We are a little bit over the time. So I think it was quite dynamic, like life and the situation today in Ukraine. We will maybe do special report or anyway to fixing all conclusion of this meeting, sending you all information, especially about project. We will develop a special catalog of this project to communicate to all of you, really to fast-mate this consortium maybe with you with regards to Horizon or EDF project to go together. But as well, we are open for your proposal, for project from your side, how to support and go together to this collaboration. And well, let's start with that. And of course, we will communicate to you all proposal we mentioned today, like these details of this campaign, what will be next event we plan with invitation to you. And there are many events in Europe to meet together. So thank you all again for your time. That this is really we really appreciate your attention, your support of this event and our cluster community. And let's continue.
Thank you very much, Alex, for taking initiative for this.
Thank you, Alexander. This was a wonderful event. Maybe we would want to schedule some follow-up if there's this kind of interest regularly. Just curious if that we could do that. Maybe if we had started a podcast.